Hello, in today's news, about 100 tonnes of oil has come out of the stricken ship Rena, but nobody knows just how much has left the ship. Transport Minister Stephen Joyce says some of that's gone down into the base of the ship, some's obviously come ashore.
It'll take between around 30 and 40 hours in total to transfer the oil from the ship into the bunkers on the barge, but they do need appropriate weather conditions to do that.
And people are being warned not to touch the oil. Oil is expected to continue to land on Mount Maunganui Beach and possibly others for days or even weeks to come. Mr Joyce says several hundred people are now involved in the operation, from trying to stop the oil coming off the ship to the clean-up operation. Oil clumps won't be picked up individually. Instead, Mr Joyce says the clean-up team will wait until high tide before clearing it from the beach because it's more effective that way. The Transport Minister says all avenues are being looked at in the investigation into just how the Rena became stranded. He says what happened will be looked at fully by transport accident investigators. Asked if one of the issues was whether the captain had been drinking, Mr Joyce said that's one of the issues that will be looked at. Meanwhile, Met Service says the weather is about to worsen. A heavy rain warning's been issued for the Bay of Plenty tonight, followed by thunderstorms tomorrow. Met Service's Bob McDavitt told New Zealand's Rema that winds may reach gale force around exposed northern coasts, and the Bay of Plenty could be hit with waves of up to 3 metres high. In other news this evening, an investigation is underway after a man was killed during a police pursuit in South Taranaki. Police say the incident began just after 7:30 last night when a Toyota vehicle appeared to deliberately ram a parked police car in Oponaki. A pursuit was started when the vehicle began speeding south. A short time later, police found the Toyota crashed into a power pole. And police are warning notorious prison escapee Aaron Forden that they will catch up with him. The 30-year-old escaped from Mount Eden prison in the early hours of this morning. Detective Sergeant Ian Chapman says Forden is European, 175 centimetres tall, and has a reddish tinge to his hair. He says Forden should be considered dangerous, so if anyone sees him, they need to call 111. One of National's key support partners wants Kiwibank, Radio New Zealand and the water supply ruled out of any future asset sales programme. United Future leader Peter Dunn says that given National's manifesto includes asset sales, the country needs to have a proper debate on the future limit of those. He says Kiwibank is now a national institution. Radio New Zealand is important as a voice that doesn't bend to the dollar, and water is ours as of right. In sport, Mills Muliaina and Colin Slade are out of the remainder of the Rugby World Cup. Muliaina, who's marked his 100th game for the All Blacks last night, has a broken bone in his shoulder. Slade has a partial groin tear. Struggling West Coast businesses will get a hand up with Pike River's repayment plan. Companies owed money have voted overwhelmingly to accept a $3 million plan, which will see unsecured creditors and unpaid contractors helped out. Pike River Contractors and Supply spokesman Peter Haddock says former workers will now get paid. The royal family is moving with the times in the UK. A bill giving female heirs equal rights when it comes to inheritance is set to become law. The move is likely to fuel calls for firstborn females to succeed to the throne instead of having to stand aside for their younger brothers. And that's all from me, from the news team. Ka kite anō. Bye for now.